You know, the movie's called Barbarian, but the word is not used. And this is kind of equally a literary thing as well as a film thing. Sometimes you want, like, the title Silence of the Lambs. The title is the clue to what the movie's about. Clarice Starling, FBI Academy student, is put on the mission to hunt this Buffalo Bill serial killer, and she has this whole flash backstory of when she was a kid trying to save a little lamb from being slaughtered on a farm. And in many ways, it's a parallel where she's trying to save this kidnapped woman from Buffalo Bill, and it's a parallel to her flashback tale of wanting to save the lamb. But the words are spoken by Hannibal Lecter, who is another serial killer that she interviews to hopefully get clues to where to find Buffalo Bill. Hannibal Lecter himself says, "Have the lambs stop screaming?" You know, and so the suggestion of Silence of the Lambs is in his speech, but it's a suggestion. Whereas in the movie Barbarian, the word barbarian is never used, nor do we hear the word barbaric. But when it's not used, the point is to look for examples of what that means in the movie. Because you can, on the surface, say that the deformed woman who bashes every guy's head in this movie, that she's the barbarian. Because she's trapping people in cages and doing things in a very barbaric way. But by the end of the movie, who's the most sympathetic character? When you realize that the deformed lady is she's just nuts. She just has no sense of correct behavior because she herself has always lived here, with the further backstory that she is the deformed child of a kidnapped victim that was living in that house, that was forced to be in that house by the original owner. And she is just one of many other children who are born by this guy and sort of forced to stay down there. And so that character is also the barbarian. It's unspoken. But we have the two parallels where this guy from, it seems like the 50s or 60s, it's very hard to tell. I couldn't remember telling the exact decade it was supposed to be. It seemed like it was supposed to be then, but it was probably the 80s, just based on how old he actually is during this movie. Could have been the 70s or the 80s, but either way, it's not spoken, but we have these parallels. These parallels exist where the 70s kidnapper guy who owns this house, who owned it then at the very least, before Justin Long took ownership of it, that guy is a barbarian. He's doing sick, cruel things, and it's not okay. Not okay. Not cool, man. But Justin Long, current owner. So you see, it's kind of the parallel has a significance that ties to the title. So the importance of the title, I brought this up with Man of Steel as well. The title has importance. It's there for a reason.